Welcome in, YouTube, to part 10 of Morrighan Initari's adventures through Endwalker. Hopefully, the final part. Like I said, we're having some drop frames issues, and they're still going, so that's fucking fantastic. But we're gonna try and power through, and hopefully it sorts itself. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I'm supposed to be able to stream, but out of nowhere, like the last 3 days, my drop frames have been going fucking insane, and it's very frustrating and it pisses me off. But we're gonna try and power through. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and hopefully this video's quality isn't so shit that you're like, no. And that you can catch me on Twitch, hopefully, at twitch.tv/CalebGamesHere, where I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting between 9 and 10 a.m. Pacific time. I love you, YouTube, and let's hop on over to the gameplay. That crystalline path, Graha has paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on, for our friends and all who await us in faith. So come, let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. Like I said, we just have 3 quests left to get through. Is it near the outpost? Trying to get around here without flight is such a thing. Look, Morrighan, a portal has opened. It will surely deliver us true. It must. I know, little Alfie. I know. Well, here is where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way, one sure step at a time. Our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. Yep, they're now accompanying us. There's so many places to stop and talk to them. Why don't we, No, you know what? We're gonna run. Instead of trying to do it quick and being on our bike, we're gonna enjoy it all. Take it all in. We're on the final stretch. We gotta take it. Listen to the silence. Thancred would scout the road ahead. Ishtola and Oriange would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Graha would join in their discussions, or else chat with me and Alize about the mission. Estinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while you would come and go, wherever you were needed, and together we would travel. All I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat. It's so much quieter now, but the fact we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are. They are. Aren't they? Honestly, Alice, it's a genuine concern of mine too, but I believe that they are still with us. I can feel them, can't you? Ba-da-da-da. Gaze at the distant stars, the innumerable lights that shine in the distance, to think that they all could have birthed civilizations. To think that everything they built has gone to dust. Their peoples lost to despair. The stars floating in this sea of midnight, ours is a lonely aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their ends, with you and Alize beside me, there is nothing I fear. No ocean so vast I cannot cross. Those broken stars I see, shattered ruptured, unraveled. I wonder if there are also worlds created at their ends. The sight of them fills me with a sorrow I cannot describe, and a truth I cannot deny. Birth and death, whence we came and where we'll return, a wheel from which there is no escape. Sorry, I wanted to adjust my microphone's height real quick. Okay, so where do we go? That way. We gotta go back a platform. This was just a random outlying platform that we could go to. Okay. Guiding, lighting, the portal is barely visible from up here. Truly, we've come far. Much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It is because we have known failure and frustration that we have learned and grown from them, that Heidelin has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day relieved as the fragments of that other life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? But none of it, no. No, I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. Rest assured I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from journey's end. It will all be over before we know it. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone, and while we're here we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. Why did I get on my bike? I was so confused. I was like, where'd they go? Well, this is it. The end of the path, and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet come what may, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved. In what we achieved, and how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for, and dying for, as they did. There are some structures up ahead. Still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same. For you most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just, after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be the one to help you. And here's the end. This is almost normal? It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both counts. There is simply no one here. Meteon. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star, which once pulsed with life but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None live to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. Alright. There is no one here, then neither should there be a motion to bar our way. Yet Meteion seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? Whatever Meteion may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. There's 6 things for us to check. I'm gonna see if there's anything over here. Does not look like it. So then we'll start here and we'll just kind of work our way in a rough circle. Like, I see 4 of the 6 spots from here already, so... There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out. Hello! Is anybody there? If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. Great. Fantastic. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain. To tell the story. I feel like there's going to be some stuff over here. There's at least one over there. Yeah, here we go. This makes the other 3. Though set slightly off-ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letterboxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long time. In the distance, you glimpse Alize picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. If anyone can hear me, say something. Your call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. That was quite the delay on the button input there. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves, with a loose few sitting on the counter, vessels for the beverages in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. We're getting near it. We're getting near one of the other heavy parts. Oh, whoops. Like, why am I moving sideways? The answer was quite simple. Because I was at an edge. Morrighan, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alfino and compare what we've learned. Okay. If you really think that'll do.
Did you find anything?
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no
look at
denizens
Cocoon
to
in the
bar our
background.
path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteion seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
No, not you two. I promised your parents I'd keep you safe.
I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero. She's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one. For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end.
Interesting.
This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you. What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
She can't bear the thought of it, Alphino, so you gotta do it now.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters. As did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear? I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Aetheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on.
Hell yeah, we have.
We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
That's not creepy how they say it in tandem. I want to know what I called out to them.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
Like, at least give us a dialogue option if you're gonna have our character say something that is apparently very meaningful. There it is. And we are getting to what I believe is the best fucking part of this whole game. Like, this little section coming up right here is so goddamn beautiful. Earlier, in Old Charlian. Oh, look, it's nighttime.
Please. Please. Oh, please let them all be safe. Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache. They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
Interesting. Who could it possibly be? Because everyone else is like, who did we forget? Who was left behind? And whoever it was shocks both Cryle and Tataru. In this city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of 1,000,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on. Unable to execute certain actions due to area restrictions.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
I think that was Hythlodaeus.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
Or Chiffon. It's just so good.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Merwib, I believe.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
I believe that was Aymeric.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Nanamo.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
Raban. I will be honest, I cried during my first
And we,
playthrough
for
this.
our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Kana Senna.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
Hien.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
Is that Papalimo? The voice sounds familiar, but I can't place it. I think it was Papalimo.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
I think that's Edmund de Fortemps.
Yet miracles do happen. So let us pray and will our friends home.
Becklug.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Reen.
Strong art thou, mortal.
Midgard Zormer.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Menphilia.
Let's finish this.
Ardbert.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest. I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard. Whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you.
My frames are skipping, so I'm holding until they stabilize.
Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Etheris. Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You have suffered enough.
No.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the world.
You must triumph.
Drink of calamity and drown in...
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
It was all
I am ever grateful.
I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years, is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
And that's how we know who to bring back. I won't forsake our cause.
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
I love how, like, they cover his face and don't give us the question marks. Like, we don't know that this is fucking him itself.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vanar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far.
That's nice of you, Emmett.
And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration.
My frames are going nuts again. They had stabilized there for a little bit, so I'm gonna wait for him to do it again. There we go.
You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Atheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please.
They're going nuts again. I'm trying to hold and wait.
Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
A field of Elpis flowers. How fitting.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair.
It's so good.
In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
Thank you, Rena Rose, for the follow. I appreciate it. I am doing very good. Well, could be better. My stream is dropping frames, and that's fantastic, and it's been randomly doing that the last few days, but besides that, things are going well.
May you ever walk in the light.
I try to be. It's usually about... I usually stream...
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
I usually stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Etheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
It did indeed, Alize. It did indeed.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
Besides the dropped frames, stream's going good so far. It's over, Meteon. Let us unlock this final dungeon so we can run it.
Can you hear me?
Oh, that's the one that we actually met in Elpis talking now.
Within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
Which means your two's job is done, isn't it?
So it seems.
You're leaving?
Of course. The Encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic.
Valid, buddy. I accept that.
But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star.
It's currently my favorite game and has been for about the last 2 years. I've played it basically every day, and it's kind of taken over my life. This is the second character I've taken through all the way, from the beginning of the game to the end.
See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World, the sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles?
Sometimes I play Metal Gear. I love the Nier games, Resident Evil, things like that. I've played other ones. Lately it's been this, though, because I've been trying to push through with this character to get to the end of the game.
What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs? I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much. I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
Okay. Let's bring the webcam back. Let's finish this quest up. I don't think I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. I am in the US. We are here, and we will not squander this chance he has given us. He will see this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and bid the final curtain fall. Guess you can fly here now. That's right. It would be me. Alright, let's pick up this quest from Ultimal Fuel, which... No, it's from Alphino. God. Are you ready, Morrighan? Then let us set forth for the reckoning. Very nice. From the pictures I've seen, that's a very beautiful country. Having come this far, I know everyone's resolve is beyond doubt, so I will say only this. Within that dead sun swirls the emotions that Meteion has hoarded, the emotions of innumerable souls who strove for happiness but failed. As it was with the denizens of Ultima Thule that barred our way, it is not for us to rebuke and admonish. 'Twas not by passing judgment on the tragic legacies of others that we arrived at this moment. Rather, it was by opening our hearts to their despair, by understanding and acknowledging their fates, while still refusing to share in them ourselves, to hold fast to hope, not in ignorance but by choice. Should you struggle to do so, I am here to help, as you have all helped me. What will I say? We will prevail. Everyone's going home today. Understood? Or let's put an end to this. Let's put an end to the end, actually, is what I think it said. So I've never been to Italy, so I don't really know any of the places. All I've seen, you know, is like the typical pictures, like the Vatican. Which I'm gonna feel really dumb now if that's not in Italy. Okay, well, before we run this dungeon, I am going to go use the bathroom real quick, and we're gonna take a besides streaming, I'm a stay-at-home dad. So it's a nice little gig that I got going right now. Let's enter with a party of other players. Wait time is less than 5 minutes, so that's good. Let's pick a good food. Critical, I don't want spell speed. Determination, vitality, tenacity. We'll use that food. We'll just go ahead and pop 2 of them to get the full hour buff going. And in the meantime, I guess we'll just kind of, while we wait for this dungeon, we'll give it 5 minutes, and if the dungeon doesn't pop within that, we'll run it with a trust. I mean, that's what they're called. We'll run it with the NPC party. But we gotta at least give it the 5 minutes. Oh wait, fly this way. In the meantime, we're just gonna try and get the map filled out. Just a short little achievement grind. It would be pretty terrifying if the boss fate was on that island. I'm kinda glad it wasn't. Okay, and then pretty much straight south, actually, is where we're gonna want to fly here. And then we'll go west. Is that... Oh, it is a boat. Is there anything even on this rock? Go for it. There is nothing but fields. Okay. Well, there go our frames again. Fantastic. I would not, and actually, buddy, I have in my rules and my chat rules that I don't want graphic artists or anyone really to come in here and try and sell their services, so thanks for hanging out, but goodbye. If I'm looking for art, I have artists already that I'm going to reach out to and commission from them. All it does is show me that you didn't really care about my stream enough to want to actually watch it and be like a part of the community, and all you were looking for was a sale. How much time do we have left? About another minute and a half. In the meantime, we'll keep enjoying the music. But I have a feeling we're going to end up running this with the trust. And then hopefully the trial doesn't take a long time to pop in the queue. Is there any party finders open for this actually? Where's party finder? Nope. Okay. And trials are all locked. I mean, they're all probably extremes anyway, but here's hoping. Maybe it'll pop in the next 30 seconds. Otherwise, who do we bring with us? It's going to be Urianger on heals. Astinian comes as physical DPS. But do we want Alice or Y'shtola? I think we'll go Alice. There it is. Time limit's up. Bomber. Click on it, please. There we go. Okay. Form a party and enter the dead ends. Not you, not you.
Right then.
Let's go. That's a lot.
So you are finally here, in this place between death and rebirth, where life knows no dawn.
Oh, this is cool.
Come then. Follow me down into the darkest depths of despair.
I never noticed the giant, like, whales, or whatever this world's equivalent is of whales, skeletons in the back.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful blue
The plague
star
will consume us all.
that fell to pestilence and rotted
Is
inside
nowhere
and
safe.
out.
How did it come to this? Help, please.
The more its people clung to life, the more they suffered.
Let's see if we can do these double pulls. They're gonna take a while, but I just just gotta slowly... There we go. I guess it's good that I kind of brought two healers, because Urianger and Alice both are able to heal. Oh, but we're losing health. Come on. And we're now out of mitigations. Okay, they got my health back up. We're good, we're good. And we're down to the last two of them. Alright, let's go back and read this real quick. Gotta make sure you all get the full experience of the dungeon. Why did I sprint? Why do you ask such a question? Do you not see the plague and pestilence that consumes us? Ours is a world of rancid blood and rotting flesh, where death is the only remedy to suffering. There is no meaning to be found in such misery. But it was not always thus. Beneath the waves we knew only peace and plenty. We wanted for naught and yet craved more, that our progeny might someday flourish as we never could. Eventually we ventured to the lands above bearing flame and iron, toppling any who dared oppose our might. The world was ours for the taking. Damn.
Until they curse not the illness, but their fellow corrupted.
Begone with you! Purify them with fire, I say! Your lot brought the pestilence here. Let me tag you all. I believe in you, Urianger and Alice. You guys can do it. It's getting a little spicy, but we can do it. Ooh. He's heavied some of them, so that's good. That'll make them move slower.
You're mine!
There we go.
Gotcha.
Good job, team. Good job. Long forgotten seashell. Let's read this one now. This world is not the boundless paradise we were promised. Our population quickly outstripped the habitable land. While seas we thought would shine forever blue ran dry. Spoiled in forging the tools of conquest, cramped homes turned to squalor, and then came the sickness. Our undoing. Hold on. And the final blessing this star has to offer. We are no longer the fools we once were. Wheresoever life goes, death will follow. Indeed, existence is but the most painful path unto nothingness, and the wise embrace their obliteration wholeheartedly. Damn. Damn. Alright. Caustic Grebulov.
Those who lived and festered. Those who died and decayed.
I should have my... Oh. Honestly, I was expecting a tank buster.
have you now.
I think someone on the other half of the house is cutting onions right now. Because I just got a very strong smell of onions.
You underestimate me.
You're mine!
Look at that! We got on the correct side this time. Entirely by accident. I don't want to die alone. Buddy. Me neither. Everybody in the middle up here? Or you guys stay to the back, okay. Oh, that was danger close. There's the first tank buster? Kinda surprised, honestly. That it took so long to get here. Let's mitigate that for the whole party. Now, I would be lying if I said I wasn't slightly worried about this next set of pools.
And the very last of them wished they had never been born at all.
Yeah?
In a faraway place, a brilliant star eradicated disease. Before destroying the selfsame lives it had saved.
Let's tag them again. Let's keep going. Where you at, Urianger? Okay, there you are.
You're mine!
Actually, thinking on it, I think the ones I'm most worried about fighting are going to be the last pulls. Like, those are the pulls I'm most worried about. Now that I think back on it. These ones actually seem to be going much smoother than even the first pulls. Somehow. Ooh. That was lag.
This will hurt.
This will hurt. Me open that treasure coffer. Also, I swear,
Its
if
people
we get
sought ever greater freedoms no matter the
let
cost.
me read this. That otherworldly beings should first grace us with their presence is a sign. Indeed, they understand that we, the global community, are possessed of the wisdom and compassion needed to guide this star back to the path of righteousness. Yet the freedom fighters dare to undermine us, inviting chaos to disrupt the order we labored so hard to build. They have forgotten the history of this star and its once myriad nations, the wars waged, the countless lives lost. They must be brought to heel. The world united under a single standard, no matter the cost. If Morrighan gets the Starbird minion on this first try, I'm gonna be a little frustrated. I have been trying... Okay, I haven't actively been like running this dungeon specifically for the Starbird minion, but I have been running it. For a while. Alright, here we go. It's getting spicy. They got me back. They brought me back from the brink. I'm like hovering over the button combination to hit my invuln. Just in case. But no, they brought it back around. They brought it back around. There we go. Hell yeah. I mean, there's still 5 of them swinging at me, but they're all almost dead, so... We just took out 3 of them with like 1 swing. Let's get this treasure coffer. And the long-forgotten correspondence. We constructed the Peacekeeper, the pinnacle of engineering and technology. This mighty war machine was designed to rid us of the freedom fighters, as well as any other potential threats to the peace we have so long pined for. Its artificial intelligence ensures that its singular function is carried out with cold and calculating precision. Indeed, the 10,000 Peacekeeper units we created have now routed every threat to peace, including us. All that remains is to stand and fight. This thing? Okay. I'll fight it. I'll kick its ass. Deploying perpetual war machines. Please stand by for orders. This is gonna miss us. It was actually pretty close, and I don't like how tight of a area that was to stand in. But it's okay. We got through it. Now, this mechanic is a fun one. And we all executed it flawlessly. This one goes in a circle. That one with its timing always feels a little like, We'll just arm's length that so we don't have to worry about it. Which will mean we might not have an arm's length for one of our next pulls. But that's okay. It's going to be okay. Somehow, I dodged one of those middle parts of that mechanic, and I don't think I should have. Like, I think I did not do it right, but the game gave it to me, so I'm gonna take it.
You underestimate me.
I'm gonna eat this one. I'm gonna use my small shield for it. I was gonna eat it, and then I was like, no, we're too close. Like, if that kills me.
What is the point? There were none left to answer.
In game. I did not want to. I did it! I killed them all! In game. I killed them all. He doesn't handle it well.
Farther still existed a star without strife. Where none remembered life's trials, or its joys.
Please, O merciful Ra'Lah, free us from the something. Death delivered on golden wings. Beautiful creatures, the time has come. Death's sweet release. Alright. Oh shit. When did that fall off? I mean, hopefully I didn't miss it by too much. But we might be playing catch up here on mitigations. He's trying. Doing good, Urianger. I know you're basically just healing, and that's fine. I've wasted my burst phase there. Damn. Okay, wait, we gotta go back for this, and we gotta read the long-forgotten essence. I mean, we don't have to, but we're going to. A curious traveler visited our star, a bird which proffered these questions. What meaning does life hold? For what do you strive? I could find no satisfactory answers, only bittersweet memories of an age long past. There was a time when we were lesser, and in our nescience sought purpose, struggled to justify life's worth. That was, of course, before we achieved perfection. Now, condemned to our paradise, we understand the fatuity of our existence. Like the fledglings we once were, the poor bird could not accept the truth. It asked us again and again, hoping perhaps our answers might change. Poor Meteon. Alright.
What its people had gained from ease, they lost to apathy.
Together we shall overcome this.
I came back, Urianger, so that thou could heal me. Oh shit. No, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. I believe in you, Urianger. There you go. There you go. And this is my train of thought. If you can double pull in the trust dungeons, you can take. Because that means you really are knowing how to use your mitigations and keep them rolling.
You underestimate me!
And it's just overall, you're doing a great job. Alright. There was a time when we yearned to explore the heavens, found purpose in the hope of unveiling life's mysteries. A dream shattered when we reached enlightenment and found it empty. There was a time when we believed in our legacy, thought ourselves marking a worthy path our successors might follow. Efforts rendered futile when we discovered the keys to paradise and immortality. As individuals, we struggled to know what was right. Yet in today's perfect unity, there is naught left to question. We are infinity constricted by the finite, but no more. R'Allah shall grant us the mercy of annihilation. Alright, final boss time of this dungeon. Battle Dance Materia 9. Oh, great R'Allah, I beseech you for our death. The last mercy, R'Allah. Do. Oh, God. And he just does it. Bum, 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 bum.
So they created the kindest, most gentle of beasts.
Oh no. Oh no.
Its steps were light, and its gift was as painless as it was.
Thought my stream was
beautiful.
disconnecting for a second. But I don't think it did. I should be mitigating that. I'm sorry, Urianger. I'm making your life hard right now.
Bathed in its golden glow, they all slept happily ever after.
Everyone on this side. Get away from that side. Where are you prancing off to? Right here. Thank you for the follow, Alex. How are you doing today?
Let's give them a show.
I'm doing pretty well. My stream keeps dropping frames, so like that's unfortunate, but besides that, like I can't really complain. I am from the US. You stop that. Don't use warm glow.
Together we shall overcome this.
You ready, Orianche? I got nothing for that one. Very nice. There we go. I don't know if that's true. We have a lot of people who are very proud and like to talk like they know things. But I appreciate the compliment. Honestly, this one. This has been like my daily game that I've played either in the afternoons before bed or anything for like the last 2.5 years. Which, to be clear, this is Final Fantasy XIV. So I realized all I said was this one and I didn't actually give you an answer. I mean, I did, but I didn't say a name of a game. Last of Us 2 was a good one. The whole Last of Us series was really good. I just kind of wish they'd stop milking it for money.
That you still stand. Your determination defies all reason.
Cutscene, we'll get rid of the camera.
The souls within me writhe and recoil in your presence.
Favorite place in the world? That is a tough one. But honestly, probably anywhere mountainous and foresty, like, they look beautiful.
What must I do? What pain must I visit upon you to make you surrender to despair?
No one is unbreakable. What pains one may weather may bring another to tears.
Valid. I can agree with that. I'm not very big with taking vacations. Like, I'd rather take a staycation.
But therein lies our strength. For when we fall, our brothers and sisters are there to raise us up again and again without end.
I see.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that compliment.
But no matter how much hope exists, ever will there be more despair. Ever will the living cast the present and announce the future. So shall we sing until life ceases to be.
Seven hells. On your guard.
Again, thank you. I appreciate that.
The rage. It rises. Rises.
Pretty close to daily streaming. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Ow. Well, that hurt. I am a stay-at-home dad. Gotta be careful, Estinian. You just got smashed by a meteor.
Calm yourself, please.
Well, that's cool. Good for you. Takes a lot of dedication to get a degree.
We die in pain. We die in suffering. Who are you to live? Who are you to hope?
Hold on, my friends.
I will have to say no.
Watch out!
And unfortunately, I have it in my rules, buddy, that I don't want people to try and show me things and sell me their graphical design stuff, so thanks for hanging out while you did, but goodbye.
Alphino!
We cannot comprehend. We cannot know. We cannot know.
Don't, please! Don't do this to them! To yourself!
Just one good strike.
Stop! Please stop!
We will not suffer alone. All will know our pain.
No, you don't!
Look at Graha getting to do the cool paladin thing. Unfortunately, he failed.
All are washed in ice, a frozen waste, forever silent.
I know what I must do.
Wait!
And I piss her off when I do it.
Don't!
There they all go, back to the Ragnarok. Oh, she is so mad at us. You know she is back on that ship fuming right now, like angry. How dare we?
You gifted them escape.
I did.
And rendered yourself powerless. Bereft of the synergy you claim is your strength. Unless you need to call upon the dead once more.
No, I'm gonna fight you on my own.
Defiant to the last. But you will be one with us ere long. You will be battered and torn and made to crawl. You will weep and wail and curse your impotence. Curse your life as it fades. As we did. As we died. Such pain and sorrow we felt. Such anguish and rage. We tried. We tried. But it was no use. Only when we surrendered did we find release. Only when we embraced death. So join us in despair. and embrace yours. My ultimatum. What is happening?
Our enemy. Our friend.
At the end of everything, I find you, my friend. I sought something in you once, as you did in me. When at last I understood what it was, I journeyed to Sharlayan to seek you out. Struck a bargain with the woman who shares your gift.
That's why he knew who Kryl was. Because he had captured her back in Stormblood, I forgot.
In exchange for lending the Scions my aid, I was given the means to come hither. Gorging upon what remained of the Mother Crystal, I reclaimed the form of the dragon. And, hungry still for our reunion, I rode the light of the stars to you. I take it this is your prey.
It is.
But why does it still live? Surely it is no match for you. I assumed you would be above something so banal as despair. Am I mistaken?
No, Xenos, you stop that. If it comes to it, I won't save you.
I care not. What I desire of you isn't succor. It is satisfaction. So come! Let us dispense with this distraction, you and I!
Alright.
You struggle in vain. You will not silence our song of oblivion.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet, Meteon? The final day. Now accessible. Okay. Real quick, we're gonna take another short break. Like, this one's gonna be real short. Just to rerun ads, because we're at 13 minutes left on pre-roll. Till pre-rolls start again. And, yeah. I'll be back in, like... Hopefully the queue is not crazy. It says average wait time of like 5 minutes, so let's see what happens. Check something super quick. So the lyrics to this song, in case you didn't know, entirely joking here, but it's a big fat tacos so big. Alright, we have a healer and a DPS in the queue. That's a good sign. Should hopefully cut down on the wait time. Is there a party finder up? No. I was hopeful that there would be a party finder and make it probably go a little quicker, but duty finder will have to work. And that's okay. If it fills up with just a couple more people, or if we somehow get lucky with a roulette, wait time of 5 minutes isn't, but it's 3 more minutes that I have to sit here and vamp. And let me tell you, vamping, not the easiest thing in the world to do sometimes. Sometimes just kind of like, I'm out of things to say. What do I do? What do I do? Well, and let me tell you what I do. I brought my laundry in here because after this trial, there is a lot of cutscenes. And I need to get laundry done for the weekend because we have plans this weekend. And with those plans, I don't know if we will have time to get laundry done. So I was going to kind of fold laundry while the cutscenes were going because my camera was going to be off. As it is now, you know, you get to watch me fold a little bit of laundry. So enjoy the content, YouTube, because how many streamers can you say you've watched fold their laundry? If anything, though, this just proves that I'm not a stinky streamer, because I do laundry. Oh, we're at 3 minutes and 22 seconds into the queue. So far, nothing. So that's fun. My food has almost worn off. That's not fun. That means I'm gonna have to pop something else. Oh, actually, I think I have one more of this exact kind of food. I think it was the stuff... Yeah. There we go, that gets us back up to a 37-minute buff. I'm not doing this buff for XP, even though I get a 3% buff to XP. I'm doing it for the extra determination and critical hit and vitality. It ups my HP and my damage ever so slightly. And then I don't feel like I'm having everyone else pull more weight than me. I'm the tank, gosh darn it. I should be the one pulling all the weight. Oh, we're at 4 minutes and 50 seconds now. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I get all this laundry folded now. I'm not gonna have anything to do while we're watching cutscenes. I'll have to actually be entertaining. Again, not an easy feat. At least the music's good. Hey, we have another DPS and another healer. So now we're just waiting on 3 people. Hopefully they don't go elsewhere. Come on, shirt. There we go. Why does the shirt feel weird? Why does it feel like there's something inside the shirt? I don't know why it felt like there was something inside that shirt. There wasn't. Guess who's almost done folding this load of laundry? I'll give you 3 hints. In the first, or I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. It me. It the only streamer in the room right now. Shirt is actually not inside out. Perfect. We still got the one. We're still needing just 1 tank and 2 DPS. If only mayhap some of my friends were right now and playing the game. Alas, I believe all of them are working in what are considered more traditional job. Well, finished folding the laundry. Which means I'll now just have to find the time to put it away. Which probably won't be during cutscenes. But hey, you know what? At least it's folded. That on its own is pretty huge, I would say. Although I could, like, try and put it away while we wait for the queue to pop. Just take, like, a bundle at a time. Yeah, you know what? I think that's what we'll do. I'll be right back. Because each of these trips should take me less than like 45 seconds, which is how long the queue is if it does manage to pop while I'm away. So I will be right back again. Still nothing, huh? Well, damn. Right back again. Still nothing, huh? We still have the same group of people waiting, though. So that's good, at least. There we go! Damn near perfect timing, huh? Oh god, please. Everybody accept. Don't make me wait longer now. Oh, come on, DPS. I mean, it was probably someone doing, not obviously the same thing of me as putting laundry away or something. But it was probably someone who was like, well, I mean, the queue's taking a while. Probably have time to go do something real quick. This is a fun fight. This is a very fun fight. The End Singer.
You will never reach it. Will never reach the deliverance you seek.
We got quite the colorful cast of people. Okay.
Our hunt ends this day. There is nowhere you can flee that we cannot follow.
Even the stars must die.
I was not prepared for that. Son of a bitch.
Utterly futile. Your suffering is at an end. This is a kindness. All of us have known despair.
How long? I got 27 seconds until my vulnerabilities fall off.
We have seen the end.
That time I did it right. Oh wait, it's gonna happen again.
The same end. Again and again.
Fatalitism? Not this time, Meteon. I could have mitigated that. Tragedy is about to be repeated. Does this one come with a knockback though? Like, do we want to be knocked over here? I know that happens for one of them. Yep. Here we go.
A sorrow so deep only emptiness remains.
You can walk off the edge, so you want to be as close to the edge without going over, because these areas grow big.
Tis so lonely between the stars.
Go. We're almost there.
We have seen
Well,
the end.
we're almost to the halfway mark, which will have another phase eventually. Damn. We barely squeezed through there.
The same end. Again and again.
Which one first? Okay, that one first. You know what? I'm just gonna arm's length it.
This is a kindness.
We gotta be going.
If there is no happiness in life.
Here we go. I was like, we gotta be getting to the second phase here soon.
There is only one place it may be found.
I also didn't realize my coating died. So I'm main tank now. Hell yeah.
Oblivion. dynamis. No matter. You only delay the inevitable. This is fate.
And then at this point, we basically cleared it. Because she repeats the last mechanic, only this time, oh no! We don't have Tank LB! Whatever shall we do? And just wait.
Your time has come.
It's actually pretty cool.
It always does.
Oh no! Well, that's a wipe. Damn. But it's not. It's really not.
Light the way!
We're all back there on the Ragnarok praying.
What is this defiance? No! The hatred, the pain, the loss. We cannot suffer it again.
We will stand against fate.
We get stacks now.
No matter the cost.
Of our friends' prayers.
We've been here before.
Honestly,
many a time.
As cheesy as it is, like, I still get chills here.
Thus do we know.
To never give up.
The hope will shine again.
What we saw. What I saw. This can only end in misery and desolation. No life, no star, nor the universe itself. None should hope for better.
I understand why they level synced this fight, or item level synced this fight. Because there's actually lines here that she's saying that I don't remember. Because even when I ran this, people were already like way overpowered for it. And I was only I got here like right as like the week of patch 6.1 dropped.
If this was not the answer, then what is it? Where lies happiness?
Where indeed? Oh wait, I gotta leave that up just a little bit longer. Now, we'll get rid of this. There he is. There's Meteon.
No matter where we flew, there was only darkness and loneliness and pain. We couldn't find the answers Hermes yearned for. The answers he deserved. Greetings, you who are my final encounter. I wish to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Some of the first words she ever said to me back in Elpis.
Yes, I can see them. The memories of a long, long journey. So many people. The thoughts of them overflowing in your heart. What they live for. What gives their lives meaning. There was never a single answer. You gather pieces of happiness, precious and fragile, only to lose them. Then start again. On and on it goes, until death takes you into its gentle embrace. That which Hermes sent us to find was there all this time, on Etheris.
We created it together.
Like a field of flowers, perhaps. At first a single blossom. It spreads and takes on more colors.
Yup.
Thank you for guiding me here. To find these words at journey's end fills me with joy.
Glad to hear it, Meteon.
And so, before I fall forever silent, there is one thing I must do. No expression of regret will undo what my sisters and I have done, or restore what we have stolen. But if you would allow it, I would sing one last song. A song of the newfound joy that swells in my heart. Of the beauty of light when it shines across a dark and starless sea. Of a dream that from the soil of worlds now lost to sorrow, life will spring forth once more, nourished by gentle rains and caressed by uplifting winds. A song of hope.
God, it's so beautiful here. Last time I did this, the only other time I've done this, as Aerolith, it was like midnight.
One day, life will fill the universe again. And Hermes will see this and smile.
Yes, he will, Meteon.
How, I do not know. But I do know that where there is a will, there is a way. After all, miracles happen every day. Do they not? I will create a path back to your ship, where your dear friends await. Hold in your heart your desire to return to them, then follow my lead and walk forth.
In just
that hope
but a
will
moment,
surely guide you true.
I first must fight. Someone has waited 2 whole expansions for this fight.
You mean to return to the world where you are hailed as a hero?
I do?
Hear me then. Not as a hero, but as simply you. As I learned in Alamigo, you are a formidable foe.
Well, thank you.
Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my all to bear. I need burn through the candle of my life. This is the sole pleasure I know. And it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you, to issue challenge and offer singular bliss. If you wish to walk away, I will not stop you. You value life. You do not burn yours save for reasons you deem worthy. Reasons such as those which brought you here. The salvation of a world and its people. The motives of a hero true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true.
Do I?
As surely as you know the thrill of pushing your body and soul to their limits. Of confronting ever mightier foes, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void. Such pleasures you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, adventurer?
Think what you will, but I'm not letting you leave this place. I've had enough of you. It ends here. I'm gonna go with no. That I can't deny. And I get it with a smirk.
Ha! Acceptance! At long last!
The conflagration of our clash will scorch even the stars.
Music's so good. Okay. Well, while this goes, that wasn't too long. Let's fucking do this. Level sync is in effect, I know. Can I do my gunbreaker thing? Like, please don't show me just draw my weapon. Okay. Okay. Xenos' soul is ablaze with passion. The space comes to life with dynamis as your spirit burns in kind. Your soul burns brighter, your power swells.
Hold nothing back! Push yourself to your limit and me to mine!
Okay, so he has some of the mechanics of what's it called? The Shinryu fight. Judgment Bolt, we do not want to be in any water. Hellfire, we do. When I ran this my first time as Bard, I cleared it first try. It was a lot of just running in circles trying to get away from him.
Show me your vaunted fortitude! Soon you will know the full extent of my power. Mine for the taking!
Oh. I feel like that kind of came out of nowhere.
For the taking!
And I feel like it was more than one health bar that we had to fight. But maybe I'm wrong. Oopsie. Oh, come on. Not now. Don't DC now. Welcome in! Oh, wow.
Have you no rage left for me?
That's not fair. But welcome in, well, Arin. I think Xenos just wanted to make sure I didn't win, so he decided to, you know, he attacked my internet connection right there and forced me to lag. Oh, that one got me.
Mine for the taking!
No! Son of a bitch.
Did you not wish to take my head?
Shut it, Xenos. I'm having shitty internet right now. That's why you're winning. actually worked out pretty well. Oh, but it was a look away. God damn it. Get over here, buddy. You have 1% of health left. You have no health left.
Ah, my soul! How it burns! I know you feel it too. The inferno swelling within you.
Are you gonna go Avatar? Yep.
Come! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you! Ah! Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent.
You don't think that might have been a little bit of overkill right there?
Yes, yes! Rise once more! It mustn't end yet!
I agree. So don't attack my internet again.
Mine for the taking!
Ooh. I dodged that by, like... They would have had to use the Matrix, like, slowdown to show how close that hit was. I'm gonna greed. I guess it wasn't that much of a greed.
A test of your reflexes! Show me your vaunted fortitude.
Oh, believe me, buddy, I'm trying. Damn it.
Have I overestimated your potential?
No.
A test of your reflexes! I have you!
Okay. Now would be a really bad time. Ooh! For internet problems. So I'm glad we didn't have any.
Mine for the taking!
No. Bummer, buddy. How much more life you got in you?
No, not yet. Not until the last of me is spent.
Because I'm unfortunately running out of lives.
This is my moment. Our moment.
Oh, and then we get a fist fight? I forgot about this part. And I'm kind of glad I did, because this is cool. I do feel like this whole thing right here, emphasis on my ring there apparently, would feel just a smidge bit cooler if you were a monk. In the meantime, I'll take the badassness of it being a tank main. Alright, camera's going away. Because we're in cutscene mode now for like the next hour.
That I should lose again.
You almost feel bad for him here.
How disappointing.
Oh no!
Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions. Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark. Blinding, brilliant. Gone. Too soon. What of you, my mirror? Born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure.
That's twice now I've ran this cutscene. And, had a blindfold on.
Was this life a gift or a burden?
Do I actually get a choice here? It's been like over a year since I ran this last.
Did you find fulfillment?
What's the shining star? Oh hey, it's our teleporter. It came back. Or Meteon brought it back to us. Here we go.
Can you hear him? Say. Must tend to. Open your. Please.
Someone, and.
They're trying so hard right now.
You can't leave us! Not like this! If you do, I'll never forgive you! So come on! Open your eyes and get up!
They can't even tell that I opened my eyes. She knows, though. She knows.
Are you with us?
What do you think, buddy?
Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought...
It's because for a moment I was dead. Am I really alive?
Yes, you're alive. You're alive.
Ooh, I like that theory. I like that theory a lot, actually.
You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
And I feel like it's actually within character. Because we gave him the satisfaction he finally...
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
We finally gave him the satisfaction that he,
indeed.
so wanted.
What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
So he was happy.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
And he was, like, very much a...
tended to thy wounds as best we could. But how is the pain?
I'm trying to not talk over them. Very much like a noble and honorable fighter. He only fought the things that he thought stood a chance kind of thing, even though he beat all of them, basically.
That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening! There's nothing gladdening about this! When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came! And when you finally deign to appear, you're within an ilm of your life. Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
So yeah, I can see it. I like that theory. I still have to tell it to my wife.
Oh, those were cries of celebration! Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once. I hope you're ready.
As ready as I will be,
While
Thancred.
you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside. We're home, my friend. We're home.
I love this pan back over like the previous areas and just seeing all the different characters, especially the original like Adventure Guild people. Like that's Mother Mayun with the Seed Seers, Lise and Raban and Minago. Garlemald. Oh, this part's pretty cool, I remember. Oh, never mind. I thought he roared there. Doma. For real. And if people didn't know, like, Endwalker was the end of this original arc, the game does a very good job of showing that.
Is that? It is! It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Thank heavens.
Truly.
They've done it! Welcome home. Ah! Yes!
I'm so glad they brought Nero back too. And they didn't leave him to just... He got a good arc through everything. And I'm glad.
Welcome home, everyone!
I forgot we landed in the water. We did. And I mean, when you put it that way, it makes sense. I just thought we were going to return to, you know, the space docks. Down in Labyrinthos. Alright, we'll chill for a minute just to see the different artwork. There she is, like the first time we met her back at the Waking Sands. I should probably pray return there. At some point. I think on Morrigan's character I still have, like, side quests to clean up there. Oh, and there's Minphilia. Also, sorry, I just popped my knuckles and I saw that it, peeked the microphone. I wish we would have got, like, more Minphilia. But I get what they did, and it is good story. No more pray in return. Oh, and there's Papalimo. I didn't see that one coming, and that one hurt. At the end of Heaven's Ward. And then I never was a black mage, so I didn't know about like the Thaumaturge Guild until after Heaven's Ward. So at the end of Stormblood, the Thaumaturge Guild shows up, and there's the one who wears like the bandages over his eyes and stuff. I was like, are they hinting at Papalimo coming back? And I was wrong. OG, Alphino, and Sid. Gaius when he gets to throw glam on in the middle of a freaking dungeon. Yeah, I really wish I would have been around for 1.0. I wish I would have been playing this game back when it originally came out instead of like in the last couple of years. I know 1.0 had a lot of problems, and that's why it got reworked into A Realm Reborn. But there's a part of me that just wishes I could go back and play through it now just to experience it. And like, yeah, I could go find the cutscenes on YouTube because I'm sure there probably are. But like, I've seen maps of the like the Black Shroud, and the map looks confusing as fuck because it's just like a giant grid of trenches and stuff. And I've seen a video of somebody running through the Corythus Highlands because apparently in 1.0 it used to actually be very pretty and not in snow. Yeah, and I know we have tons of quality of life stuff that actually has fairly recently been added in to 14, compared to even like A Realm Reborn when it originally dropped. But I would love to just be able to experience it. And like, granted, kind of like you're saying, it probably like now, having played the game as it is, I would be able to play through the roughness of the original in like I want the backstory, and I want to experience it, whether it's good or not. I know there was stuff from 1.0 that they kind of worked into A Realm Reborn, like particularly with Astinian, and like Astinian's story arc through 1.0 kind of just got condensed and thrown into the Dragoon storyline for A Realm Reborn. So there are parts of it, I guess, where like what's considered fully canon in 1.0 isn't necessarily the same anymore. But I would love to see it. The thing with watching it on YouTube is taking the time, for one, to watch it, and two, it was so... It's been a decade. So... I don't remember what recording quality was like back then. Actually, yeah, I do. I'm watching old Achievement Hunter videos. It wasn't terrible, it's just, it was a lot. Oh, Graha, before you, locked yourself in a tower. Decent enough to see, but not that good. True. I remember my naive self when, like, HD was coming out. Like movies and shows and just like TV channels, being like, I don't see a difference between this and what it used to be, and now I go back and watch something in standard definition and I'm like, holy shit, this was bad. Yeah, environmental changes. I mean, obviously the big one is that Kurthus is now a frozen wasteland. But yeah. I also, like, reading up, because I did some reading up on 1.0. And, like, the events leading up to the game going offline seemed really cool. Like, how there would be random, like, overworld events with, like, meteors dropping, and Atomoses would spawn in at those points, and, like, they were, like, basically world bosses. But I get it. I'm huge on lore. That's why I've bought 2 of the Encyclopedia Eorzeas so far. I've got 1 and 2. I just haven't ordered the 3rd one yet. And just like from the little tidbits I've read, is like I've opened up to random pages and stuff, have been really cool. Do they really? I knew they got like a cool back tattoo. And they could get like a... There's a specific chocobo, I think, that they can get, and there's the Gubu that instead of having like the flower ring on its head, it has like a mat that they sit on. Oh. That'd be kind of cool. I have a headcanon that, because I don't have a legacy character, obviously, and all of my characters travel to Eorzea, like, in my own canons for something else. So in my headcanon, 1.0 and the Warriors of Light that Louisoix sends away, even though it doesn't make sense in actual canon, was originally Ardbert and stuff. because that's who they look like. That's who Ardbert's crew was based off of. And then, because you kind of take certain things with 1.0 canon with a grain of salt, to me, all of the trailers are basically Ardbert's story. And, yeah, because, I mean, obviously, Meteor and Ardbert look very similar, except now Meteor has longer hair. And again, that's just a me personally thing. That's my own little headcanon. I love going back and watching the old trailers. Like, the launch trailer was for A Realm Reborn. So good. Speaking of trailers, oh, that's cool. And now I'm kind of jealous. But speaking of trailers, I think we're getting another one this weekend because it's Japanese Fan Fest. I'm excited to see what else we learn about. Hopefully, we get an update on female Hrothgar. I would love to see a little bit of that. Maybe the new casting class. I don't even know what the casting class would be. I know they did the one for Viper, but I don't know if they've done the one for whatever the caster is. I kinda hope it's Geomancer. I know a lot of people are thinking Green Mage for like a support style class. I think I've seen talks of people thinking it might be Beastmaster, but I feel like Beastmaster would be more like the next limited class. Because I feel like Beastmaster would fall in like a similar style vein as Blue Mage. Some kind of chemist thingy. Yeah? I feel like I saw some people mentioning something like that. I don't remember what the name for it, like what name people were throwing around for it was, but like I think I remember someone mentioning somewhere discussion of like, oh, I hope it's like something where you like brew stuff on the battlefield. That would be interesting. I'm happy with Viper. I'm glad we're getting something else that can use the scouting classes gear finally, besides just Ninja and Rogue. I was so set on Corsair though, with the sword and the gun and kind of being like a reverse Red Mage. I'm also hopeful that we're going to get a actual release date, because all we have right now is summertime, which is great, but I want to know that it's coming out on June 17th. I was just throwing a day out there. I'm not specifically saying it has to come out June 17th. I just want to know what day it is coming out. That's honestly, like, that's what I'm thinking too. Back when I could not stand Xenos' character. I don't like the trope of your character not being able to beat something and just basically getting one shot. And not that I don't, like, I don't want my warrior of light to be like overpowered and nothing can beat him. But the fact that Xenos would basically just one-shot us when he got bored with the fight. Don't make me play that, just make it a cutscene. That's just a personal preference, though. But especially like when I'm running the thing and I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, it's going to be a grind, but I could technically do this. On a second time experiencing it, Stormblood was better than I originally thought. Nice, you were gathering red pine. My first playthrough of Stormblood, it's not that I didn't like it. It just felt very monotonous and kind of a slog to get through. And I think it's because you basically do the same thing twice. You liberate Doma, and then you liberate Alamigo. Post Stormblood, really good. I loved the arc with Tsukiyomi or I guess Yatsuyu, and everything getting ready to head into the first when the Scions just start dropping like flies. But I did enjoy Stormblood's main expansion a lot more on this second playthrough. Although I still hate how, like, I love what they did with Lise in making her, like, the leader of Alamigo and stuff. But I hate how Square was just like, yep, she's the leader now. We're just going to throw her off to the side and we'll bring her back in random stuff. Occasionally when it's like, oh yeah, we need to remember about these people. It's fun. I did it because I wanted to get good at tanking. And I was like, I kind of want to stream it too. So I'm gonna make a stream character that's a tank, because then it forces me to, like, I don't want to get to a dungeon and then be like, oh well, sorry y'all, we gotta end the stream here because I gotta go play this dungeon with my friends because they won't be mean to me if I'm not a good tank. And I was like, it's gonna force me to, when I get to dungeons, learn how to actually tank, because it's like, all right, we gotta keep the stream rolling. And then I ended up doing most of Stormblood and Shadowbringers with Trust because queue times were horrible. Each of those, I think I ran 1 or 2 dungeons of the main expansion with other people because queue times would be like 15 or 20 minutes. And I had put in a thing with, like, so that we wouldn't be sitting around doing nothing on stream, where I would give the queue 5 minutes, and if it didn't pop, then I would just run it with Trust. And then with Endwalker, I think we only had to do that with this last dungeon. No, the last 2 dungeons. With the Asia Scope and the Dead Ends, I had to run them with Trust. I didn't have to, but I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't going to sit around and wait 15 minutes for a queue to fill. The worst queue I had, though, in this streaming thing, fucking getting Vothri to pop. It was an hour-long queue on tank. And, like, I had a party finder up for a while, and it wasn't filling, and I was just like, why? And then we got to Hades, and I was like, well, it's probably going to be a little bit of a queue, so I'm going to throw on break, and we're going to go to run some ads, and I'm going to run to the bathroom while the queue goes. And I hop into the queue, and, like, I'm getting ready to switch over to my Be Back Soon screen. and the queue pops, and I'm like, oh. Puppets during a downtime? I had a horrible time getting the near raids to pop when I ran them. And I mean, again, I ran them when I guess they were current because Endwalker Alliance raids hadn't released yet. But they weren't. They were the most recent raids to have come out, but they by no means were they current anymore. Because I started playing in, I think, the final patch of Shadowbringers. But yeah, I think my Puppets bunker queue was like 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm gonna sit this through because I love the Nier games. I also remember all of those raids taking like 45 minutes, and the most recent times I ran them, it was closer to like 25 or 30. So either people are finally running them more, and we're finally learning mechanics better, or item level creep, or both. But yeah, I remember Breach is one that I'm still kind of grinding because I want the healer top. I think I have every piece of it for the caster, and I think on healer I'm just missing the top. I might be missing the headpiece too. But I love that trial or that raid. But yeah, the bosses, I get people's complaints with how the bosses just take forever to die because they are kind of a frickin' HP sponge. Copied Factory, I remember, popped quick. Puppets Bunker was like a 2-hour wait. And then it was easily my worst run I've ever had of it. Because the alliance I was in, I don't know if we were all new or if it was just a bad run. But our alliance just kept wiping and everybody in chat was just flaming us for it. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, it's my first time. And then Tower, I think, was like an hour-long queue. But it was a fun thing. Like, there was people talking and, like, I don't think we ever wiped to any of them in Tower on my first run. But Tower was a good time. I also, like, since we're going down memory lane, first time I ran any Alliance raid, because Crystal Tower is now required as part of the MSQ, and has been for a little while, I know. I remember coming up to those and wanting to be prepared. So like me and my buddy, our first time running them, I have the guides up on one screen while we're running them, and I'm like reading them as we're doing our buttons and stuff. And we finished one of the fights. I don't even remember which one it was, but like I'm in the middle of reading the mechanic, and my buddy's like, that never even happened. I think it was something with one of the bosses in Circus Tower, because he has the platforms along the outer ring that you originally, like, you had to jump to them to like avoid a raid-wide wipe. And so I'm sitting there like during the thing, like trying to figure out when this is supposed to happen, and then the boss just dies, and I'm like, oh, maybe we don't need guides for Alliance raids. And then I got too near, and I was like, maybe I do need guides for Alliance raids. Oh, this scene was good when he asks you if you could take another step, and you're just like, yeah, with your help. For real! I'm glad that they've been doing that with like a lot of the older content, where they've been making the markers fall more in line with what markers currently are. Because I remember during that specific one, I had the marker on my character, and I just took off running from the party because I'm like, I don't want them to be in this. And then like the healer rescued me back over and was like, hey, just so you know, that's a stack. It doesn't look like a stack, but it's a stack. You just got to remember it specifically for this fight. And then I never forgot from that day on. That was a fun fight, the Warrior of Light. Although, fucking timing that LB3 for tank is something. Every other tank LB3 that's like required in normal content has a countdown. That one doesn't. That one's just like, meh, throw it up when your heart feels it. And then hope you're right, because you can do it at the same time in another round, and it's not gonna work. Yeah, the song for that one too. Agreed. Like, I even, trying to get the timing down, I've gotten a little bit better at it, because I did grind it for a little while, trying to get the card to drop. Because on my main character, Aerolith, I have the triple triad mount. And yeah, that was a fun one to grind. And by fun, I mean it wasn't fun at all. It was one of the ones where when we would load into it, people would and it didn't happen often, but people would be like, oh god, and then they would bail. And it's like, well, okay, we gotta wait for the party to fill again, because otherwise we're gonna fail the button smashing mechanic. And we have now made it to the Endwalker screenshots. Oh, I could not stand him for so long. And the entire time, you're like, you know he, like, is proud of his kids and respects them. But you're like, I just need some bit of emotion from you to show it. And then Fan Daniel was a good villain. I love the switch they did to us all with Endwalker. You watch the trailers and you're like, ooh, Endgame's gonna be the moon. Like, that's where we're going. That's gonna be the final area of Endwalker. And then you were on the moon at level 83 and you're like, what? And then you kill Zodiark, who you've assumed at this point is just the main bad guy that you're all gonna go after. He's the level 83 trial. Speaking of Zodiark, there he is. Ooh. Halo is getting a tabletop game. They've partnered, 343 has partnered with Mantic to bring Halo to your tabletop. Our adventures in Elpis. Speaking of tabletop games, I'm excited for the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop game. I should probably get on that pre-order list. Oh, the good music. You know, I did not know that, actually. I have not done any of the currents, extremes. There's still some Shadowbringers I haven't even done yet. I feel like I read somewhere that it's actually overall not terribly difficult. Well, see, that's my thing. Like, Party Finder gives me such bad anxiety that I'm like, I'll just wait. It's fine. I don't need the mounts yet. Although, Bahamut holding you in a chair is pretty freaking cool. Alright, well, now that we're done with art and stuff, we've finished our trip down memory lane. Oh, we're back to more credits still, huh? This one's so good. All of you come together as a group, and you pass the ancients going the other direction. We just split right through the middle. And I love the little side eye. As if that legit happened. And then this painting is so good.
Dearest mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the rising stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the sea of stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself, a veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark.
We take our slow, timed steps.
Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades.
It's a big table for you, buddy.
For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
I mean, at least on paper.
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there.
Her little curtsy.
At least, that is what the story will be. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations.
She's not wrong.
To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
She's probably the person that keeps undercutting me on the market boards.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
All right. Now we just have to speak to all 8 of our comrades. We'll start with Urianger over here. Bring this back down a little bit too. Morrighan, thou hast spoken with our comrades. Though this parting be not forevermore, 'tis none the less occasion for sorrow. Akin to a pixie's path, the navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loporrits embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Aetheris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loporrits hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hydaelyn, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star, and 'tis Venar's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance, and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance? Buddy, I'm your fucking friend. I did not wish to presume. I would be honored should they consider me a friend. For 'tis certainly true that I have grown fond— Oh, you're talking about the Loporrits, not us. My bad. I misread that. But I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the scions of the seventh dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead I do proffer my humble support, be it under the deepest abyss or the highest heavens. Even if I must needs founder cross stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. That's nice of you, buddy. Alright, Alize. So we get a little cutscene with all 8 of them, huh? Morrighan, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you hadn't heard, we've received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was an area in the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Sharlayan too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemy and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. The scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course. As individuals, no more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alphino. They were among the worst affected and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though, that I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. I did that for your own good. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my very best. Think you can keep up with me? You asked for it, so you had better watch out. Damn it. I double pressed again. The next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. You got it, kiddo. You got it. I just want to rub her little head. Just be like, sure. Sure. Alphino. Oh, Morrighan, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been, tending to the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Sharlayan. Both Alize and I are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Ilsabad contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort, with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald, among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Licinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts that we might better help them to begin anew. You'd best write me too. Write you letters? Of course, I would be glad to do so. But I would be gladder still were you to come and visit, and I believe I speak for Alize as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing, and will continue to do so. Yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend. Thank you, Morrigan, from the bottom of my heart. Aww. Trial. Oh, Morrigan, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlian, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that, if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, and so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. It worked out. You did the right thing. It is a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better, and I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Aldessian. Through our work, Charlian will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ojika, and our other remaining members. Together we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel a lure for the task itself. You got it, Kryl. Always. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Nope, not Flamine. Thancred. We're halfway there. Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you for that matter. On the mend, I trust. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Meteion defeated, her song of oblivion cut short, the source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. We've a purpose in our roaming. After all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We will do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I am faring well, and leave it at that, eh? No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from the space, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the Scions came together, I only hoped Menphilia to find a place where she belonged. But never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Morrighan. I have a question for you, and imagine Menphilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? I meant to pick There's Never Been a Dull Moment, but fuck. We'll go with it's the best decision I've ever made. I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running and you'll likely get a certain funny talking fortune teller into the bargain. Aww. Yes, let us just stare each other down, and let that be the end of it. Good talk. If you have something to say, then out with it. Just worried how you'll earn your keep now. You talk as if the Scion's dissolution was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me anyway? In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Amric hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Imperium district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Who does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Some days ago, a Hanish envoy arrived with word from Vietra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. In Thavner, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Meteion. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Sharlayan, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vietra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Sharlayan if they wish, to work and study. Vietra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one of name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assumed his benevolence hid ulterior motives, but 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Virtue's kin sought release from conflict. So weary were they of the suffering it brought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgard Zorma didn't give up. In hope, he made the journey to distant Aetheris with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come, and at the very least it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo doo 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 doo. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I had been meaning to ask you, something that has been in my mind since the last flames of the final days subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, more than can be easily recalled or remembered, and nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts, the history of Aetheris and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them in formal records for wider consumption. Maybe. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well-intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity, yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. But what say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Yeah, I think you should. Let them be read and remembered. It's what Emmett Selk would have wanted. He wanted us to remember him. Remember that he lived. Very well then. I shall endeavor to pin what I can of the Ea and the ancients, and of so many other wonders. But I am no scribe. It will be less a polished work and more a reordering of scattered notes. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown, or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. You're not wrong. You see ether, and that's about it. Alright, Raha. Let's wrap this up. Oh, Morrighan, might you have a moment to talk? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. With the Scion stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryl, I've decided I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Baldessian. Not only am I indebted to Master Galuf for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would have never set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps, mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise, to embark on a new adventure together unlike any we've experienced before. I guess we kind of do that with the Myths of the Realm set from post-game. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. Da-da-da-da-da. Do you recall in the realm of the Omicrons, when I asked if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? While 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams, in the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. It needn't be some grand endeavor. There needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope that you will do the same for me. As long as you don't overexert yourself. I know. I can all but hear Lena and Beck Lugg's voices each time you remind me. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows? Perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Omicron somewhere. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come, I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word, and should a commission of interest come my way, you will be the first to know. Alright. Let's go round this up with Tataru. Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. Leave the Rising Stones. With your permission, then. Well, yeah, Bridget, I kind of forgot how long post cutscenes were. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet, be well. But we are getting very close to ending. As soon as these cutscenes finish playing. Bum, 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 bum.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sharlayan before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence. and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rads at Han, will you not?
Morrighan did live.
For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
Oh?
Quite right.
Indeed. Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Was that Meteon? Was indeed. No, you don't get to say. It's like at the end of Shadowbringers when somebody asks you a question, like, how did you get so strong? Yet stand tall, my friend, our journey will never end. And your character just goes, with a smile. Oh yes, this.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
This is
and
weird.
yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as she foretold.
I don't know how I didn't realize that was Elidibus. Like,
We
in
shall
hindsight.
descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
Like, especially in hindsight. Clearly it's the same voice, and I just missed it. You have now completed the main scenario quest, Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have now become available in Old Sharlayan. Additionally, you may now enter the Dead Ends with a party of NPCs. Okay, yeah, we know that. Rest well, champion of Aetheris, for many and more adventures await you. Well, with that, that'll end things for stream today. I hope everybody takes care of themselves, has a good weekend, you know, drink water, all that good stuff. We have probably one more stream of this game, at least story-wise for Morrighan. We'll do 6.1, probably Monday or Tuesday, and then that'll be it for a while for 14. Because 6.2 through 6.5 and 6.55, I've streamed them in the past, or they're on YouTube, having been ran with Aerolith, and I don't really feel the need to retread that stuff all over again with Morrighan. So look forward to that. In the meantime,